Good morning, afternoon, evening, guys. We're back into the random tier list today, observing the launch of Hearthstone, the card game's 20th expansion. We're going to be ranking all of the legendary minions, or I believe this is all the legendary minions, that are coming out today in the new expansion. I was going to rank all the cards, and that sounded like a lot of work. Plus, I couldn't find a tier list for it, so I would have had to make my own. So we're going to do this. We're going to do all the legendary ones, which are all the fun, really exciting minions anyway. We're going to be ranking them based on whether they are broken, really good, above average, meh, bad, or just a meme/fun card. There are two new keywords coming out in this expansion. One is colossal, meaning the minion will actually take up 2 slots on the board or more. And the other one is something else. Colossal, and I don't know. I don't know if any of these others even have the other one. I know there's a lot of interaction coming like with the decks. For example, like Sir Finley Murgleton here can swap your hand with the bottom of your deck, right? So swapping cards from a specific place in your deck. So we'll get to that. Broken, we'll see. All right, Blackwater Behemoth. I do think this card's going to be above average. I don't think it's going to be like really, really good or anything. A 8/10 minion for 8 mana is taking up 2 slots on your board, and it does have lifesteal. I assume that the lifesteal does go to both sides, so this is just going to be a big thing there, and with how Priest plays, I do think it could fit into their playstyle. It doesn't have Taunt, nor does it have... Yeah, I don't know. I think it will be above average. I think it's a good body. Kalak, I think similar thing here. It's a smaller body than the Blackwater Behemoth, but it is immune while you control its shell, so they do have to kill the shell before they kill it, which is not the case with the Behemoth. But the Behemoth does have that lifesteal, so I think that's really good. Both of these are beasts. I think the beast tag is more relevant in Druid, so I think that would be above average. Next up, we have another Druid card. We have Hedra Heretic. Hedra the Heretic. For each spell you've cast while holding this, summon a minion of that spell's cost. That seems very good. If you draw that early-ish in the game, obviously you're not going to be able to use it, so you don't want to draw it super early. But once you draw it, if you have a spell-based deck or a spell-heavy deck, you can just flood the board with a lot of minions of various costs. Druid do have a variety of different cost spells that they could use for this. So I do think Hedra will be really good. Don't know if she'll be broken, but that seems like a very good card to me. They're also adding the Naga type of minion, so I'm sure there will be some stuff to interact with that as well. We have another Naga here, Queen Ashara neutral minion coming up. If you've cast 3 spells while holding this, choose an ancient relic. I'm not actually sure what the ancient relics are, so that would depend obviously on those. I'm sure they're not bad. I'm assuming Queen Ashara will be above average. Most of these 5 mana legendaries that give you additional value are above average, but will it be something that is going to be an auto include in any deck? I'm not sure about that. Krakatoa, Colossal +2. Your Krakatoa claws have +2 attack, so when you control the main body of Krakatoa, the claws that it summons have +2 attack, which is, going to be impactful. It is a beast. Not sure how rogues can work with that, if they will. But, yeah, probably meh. I don't really see it fitting in a current rogue deck. Could be wrong. Let me know if I'm an idiot for any of these comments in the comment section. I look forward to that. Sir Minley Sea Guide, swap your hand with the bottom of your deck. I think this will be a fun/meme card. I don't think that's going to be very, very good. Maybe in certain combo decks that you absolutely need a certain combo. There are some cards that allow you to put specific cards at the bottom of your deck, so I guess using it in conjunction with that would be good. But I don't think that mechanic's going to be very good unless they make an absolutely broken card for it. Lady Ashran Warrior, give all weapons in your hand, deck, and battlefield +1/+1. I think in a weapons-based warrior deck, or just a warrior deck with weapons in it, that wouldn't be bad. Interestingly, Lady Ashran, I thought this was a Naga, and maybe I'm misreading the art here, but it does not have the Naga tag, so you won't be playing Naga with warrior, it seems like. Raj Kazjan, after you cast a spell, deal damage equal to the cost to the enemy hero. And a 2-mana 2/3 for Hunter. This should be very good. I don't know that it'll quite be broken, but I feel like it just works on curve. You just play that, and I feel like you can play that in any Hunter deck that is not super, super minion heavy. Any hunter tech that is playing spells, you play the what's the very obvious spell called? You play any 3-cost spell, and then you immediately do 3 damage on top of whatever you're doing. I think this will work in a lot of aggressive face hunter decks. It's probably the most broken card we've seen so far, in my opinion. Next, we have Nelly, the Great Thresher. Colossal +1 battlecry. Discover 3 pirates to crew Nelly's ship. I'm going to put this in meh. It is a warrior card that supports pirates, but I think it's a little slow for current pirate decks. Current pirate decks, I don't really think have a slot for a 7-cost minion. It could work in like a slower mid-range pirate deck, but the whole concept of the pirate deck, I don't think that really works out for. Yeah, I think that's going to be pretty meh, just because it doesn't fit into that archetype that it's supporting. Gigafin, Colossal +1 battlecry, devour all enemy minions. Its death rattle is spit them back out. That sounds very good. You have a giant murloc here that's going to eat everything on the enemy board, and then when it dies, it spits them all back out. But do they keep their buffs? I kind of assume they do. But this could easily be used to clear a board. Give this thing Divine Shield. Give this... Well, I don't know. They have to kill it, so even though it only has 4 health, this is going to be really good somehow. Somehow Druid or Warlocks are going to find a way to make this very good. Do you silence it? Right? If you eat them and then you silence your own minion, they're just gone? I'm sure there's a way to make that very good. Priestess Valish, these names, man. Priestess Valish. Yeah. 0 mana 1/1, very interesting stat line for a legendary. Refresh an empty mana crystal for each spell you've cast this turn. So you could cast several spells, and priests do have some low-cost and 0-cost spells, and then you could start refreshing your mana crystals, refreshing those. This is a 0-cost, so it doesn't cost any to use. This will probably be above average. I don't know that it'll be broken or really good. I guess it could be in a combo deck, but you'd have to be using a lot of spells in it. Let's put it really good. We have Pirate Admiral Hooktusk. Battlecry, if you've summoned 8 other pirates this game, plunder the enemy, which is stealing some cards from their deck, I believe. So I could see a mid-range rogue pirate deck working for sure. I think that's going to be really good. That'll be the key card of it, if that is a thing. We have one of the first cards revealed here next. Zilog of the Abyss, Colossal +4. At the start of your turn, increase the damage of Zilog's stocks by 1. So this is a Demon Hunter card. It's Colossal +4, so it's going to be taking up most of your board, and it's just going to be growing every turn, so you are going to have to get rid of this thing very quickly. I think it's going to be a little slow, especially for Demon Hunter. I think it's a very interesting concept and a very good showing of what Colossal is and how it can work, but I don't think this card itself is going to be very good. Qatari Lightblade for the Paladins is next. After you cast a holy spell on this, cast it again on another friendly minion. I mean... yeah, does this work in Libram? Is Libram a holy spell? It's probably going to be really good in that case if it worked with current Paladin decks. This is definitely a card. I don't think it's very good on its own, but I think it's going to be very, very good in current Paladin builds. Ambassador Phelan is next. Battlecry, put 3 Colossal minions on the bottom of your deck, so you just put them there. They just come out of nowhere. And then you're able to... so, like, you can use Sir Finley Sea Guide to swap with them. I'm going to put an Ambassador into the meme fun card deck. I think the whole swapping around with your deck is going to be just kind of a meme. I think a lot of people will be trying it, but I don't think it'll be that good. Unless I see a card that really, really makes it great. And from looking at these legendaries, I don't see any. But definitely, if one has been revealed and I missed it, or if it's just not legendary bright, I mean, there easily could be a card like, reduce the cost of all minions at the bottom of your deck or something. That would obviously be really good. Blademaster Okani, neutral. Battlecry, secretly choose to counter the next minion or spell your opponent plays while this is alive. So countering is that other new keyword other than Colossal. I think this is interesting. You're going to secretly choose to counter either a minion or spell. So the next time they try to play a minion or a spell, it gets completely blocked. And on 4 mana, you can block a 4-cost, a 5-cost. You can really affect your opponent on the curve here. I'm not sure if this will work into a more slow play style or even a faster play style. You're imagine you're hitting your opponent in the face very fast. You anticipate that they're going to hit you with Consecrate or some other board clear. You anticipate that they're going to drop a big taunt minion maybe, and then you can just counter that. I think that will keep your aggression going. But it could also be used in the same way, kind of the opposite, in a control deck. I think it's going to be above average. I don't think it's going to make those decks work by themselves, but I think it's going to be good. Lady Sitheno, immune while attacking. After you cast a spell, attack the lowest health enemy. That seems very, very good. For Demon Hunter, I think this definitely works. Throwing out a lot of low-cost spells, increasing your own attack. You're attacking them. She's attacking them. You can buffer up a little bit. Just controlling that early board. She's only 3 cost. I think this is also going to be incredibly broken in like Arena and some of the other fun game modes, which I'm not really ranking. This is more for competitive, but I really like Sitheno. She sounds really fun. Radiance of Ashara, right up here. Shaman spell, fire spell damage, so only giving spell damage to fire. Your nature spells cost 1 less. After you cast a frost spell, gain 3 armor. So supporting all 3 types of shaman magic, but supporting them in very different ways. Your nature spells cost 1 less. Your fire spells do more damage, and frost spells give you armor. This is super, super interesting. I don't know that it's going to be good, but it's definitely going to be fun to use. I'm going to put in meme. I don't know that it's a meme, but I think it's going to be a really fun card to use. Gaia the Tectonic, Colossal +2. After a friendly mech attacks, deal 1 damage to all enemies. Flood the board with mechs, attack with all of them, keep clearing the enemy board. 8 mana is a lot to wait for that, though. I don't think it's going to be that good. Commander Sivara, Battlecry. If you've cast 3 spells while holding this, add those spells back to your hand. That's going to be great. Because you can just cast whatever you want, and then just summon her, get those cards back, do the exact same thing again. That's going to be busted. The Leviathan, Colossal +1, Rush, Divine Shield. After this attacks, Dredge. Dredge means that it goes back into your deck, I think, right? Or does that mean it searches for a card from your deck? Either way, that seems pretty good. I'm going to say really good for that one. Not the same type of deck that Qatari Lightblade will work in, but I think Leviathan will be good. Glug, the Goldberg, Colossal +3. After a friendly minion dies, gain its original stats. So you could kill your own minions, you can have your opponent kill them. This thing is just going to keep getting bigger and bigger. I think that's going to be above average. Seems a little slow, but I do think it'll be good. Any Storm Coil, neutral, not a mech. Mecha Gnome looks like, but not a mech. Battlecry, choose a friendly mech. Summon a copy of it with Rush, Wind Fury, and Divine Shield. So that thing is able to attack immediately and attack twice immediately because it's going to have the Divine Shield. That seems pretty good. So they are bringing out some more support here for mech. I don't know that Mage Mech is going to be really working out here, but I do think any will be above average in those mech decks. Just complete board control, I think, is what she's going to be providing. Zakui, which is a Warlock legendary. Your Abyssal Curses heal you for the damage they deal. Battlecry, give your opponent an Abyssal Curse. So I need to know what an Abyssal Curse is for that one, but probably going to be at least average, right? That doesn't sound bad. Sure. Hydrologan, 7 mana, 5/5, Colossal +2. Battlecry, give your Hydrologan heads Rush. So the heads can attack immediately. The other 2 heads can. That doesn't seem bad at all. For 7 mana and you got 3 bodies for it, I think that's going to be really good. I didn't end up with any bad cards. There is always bad cards in these expansions. Does Nelly become a bad card? No, but Nelly would be a good card if that type of deck existed. That's the thing. A lot of these cards would be good if the types of decks that they would be good in existed. I don't know. What do you guys think should end up in the bad tier? Are there any of these cards you're really looking forward to playing with today? Have you bought the expansion? Did you even know there was one? Are you still watching? I don't know. Let me know in the comment section answers to any of those questions. With all that said, guys, thank you for watching. This has been the guy who makes random tier lists, and I'm signing out.